Imagine waking up one day and realizing that your thoughts, your decisions, and even your most intimate emotions are not really yours. That someone else, without you noticing, has planted ideas inside your mind, shaping what you believe, what you feel, and even who you are. It may sound like science fiction, but in reality, this is the foundation of how cults work and what we know as mind control. Cults don't lure people in by saying, "Come, we want to manipulate you." On the contrary, they present themselves as communities of support, substitute families, or paths to success, inner peace, or even spiritual salvation. Most people who fall into a cult don't do so because they are weak or naive, but because, in a moment of vulnerability, they seek belonging, meaning, or answers. And that's exactly what these organizations know how to exploit. Brainwashing begins with a basic principle: isolating the individual from their environment. This can be physical isolation, cutting them off from family and friends, or emotional isolation, convincing them that the outside world is wrong, dangerous, or simply doesn't understand them. By cutting those ties, the cult becomes the only source of validation, companionship, and identity. Think of it like a toxic relationship. When one person controls what you do, what you think, who you talk to, and even how you dress, little by little, you lose your autonomy. Cults work the same way, but on a collective scale. And the most disturbing part is that their techniques are so subtle that most members don't realize it until it's too late. One of the most common methods is love bombing. Have you noticed how, when you join a new group, everyone greets you with smiles, hugs, and words of encouragement? That avalanche of acceptance creates the illusion of having finally found a safe place. But behind that warmth lies a mechanism of emotional manipulation designed to hook you. Then comes indoctrination. Through constant repetition, endless talks, and rituals designed to wear people down psychologically, the cult introduces its ideas as absolute truths. By repeating a message over and over, our brain begins to accept it without question. It's like when you hear a song so many times that you end up liking it, even if you didn't at first. The next step is the creation of an enemy. Every cult needs an us versus them. That enemy could be society, the government, science, your own family, or even your former self. This radical division generates fear and dependency. Only inside the group are you safe. Only there do you have access to the truth. And here comes the controversy. Some experts argue that the techniques used by cults are not so different from those in marketing, advertising, or even politics. Don't we all get bombarded every day with messages designed to shape what we buy, what we vote for, and even what we believe? The difference, others say, lies in intensity and lack of freedom. In a cult, you don't have the option to turn off the TV or close the app. Your entire world is under control. The most unsettling truth is that anyone can be vulnerable. It doesn't matter your education level, your age, or your intelligence. Mind control is not about intellect, but about basic human emotions. The desire to belong, the fear of rejection, the need to find purpose. Imagine someone who loses a loved one, faces a financial crisis, or feels lost in life. In that state, a group offering comfort, certainties, and promises of a better future can seem irresistible. And once inside, escaping is not so easy. Fear, guilt, and manipulation become invisible chains stronger than any prison. But there's also another side. People who manage to break free, who one day wake up and begin to question everything they once accepted without doubt. They often describe the experience as waking from a deep dream. Yet reintegration is not always simple. Many ex-members carry trauma, broken families, and the feeling of having lost years of their lives. Here arises another uncomfortable question. Can we really blame only the cults, or also the societies that don't provide enough support, community, and meaning, leaving voids these groups know how to exploit? Perhaps cults are a symptom of something deeper, of a world that often doesn't listen, doesn't embrace, and doesn't give clear answers. In the end, the psychology of cults reveals something as fascinating as it is disturbing: that the human mind, no matter how brilliant, can be molded, manipulated, and directed, and that the line between acceptable persuasion and destructive control is much thinner than we think. Now I ask you, do you think the real problem lies in the cults themselves? Or are we living in a system where we are all, in one way or another, under some kind of mind control? The answer may not be as obvious as it seems. If this topic struck you as much as it did me while telling it, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, share your thoughts in the comments, and suggest new topics for upcoming videos.